need to see my haters because my haters are my motivators. Clap it. My haters are my motivators. So close to the holiday season.
Right.
There's no need. How you guys doing? My name is Hero. This is Coding with Strangers, and I can't believe we're doing this again. But it's a vicious cycle, right? There's going to be an allotment of people talking about video games for the near foreseeable future, and it's because video games are a constant cycle. There's something about video games that bring out the best and worst in people, and I keep running into the worst type of people. Statistically speaking, video games have only progressively gotten better over time. And I mean this in the sense if you're looking at games from a cinematic approach, from a storytelling approach, from a graphical standpoint, from voice acting all the way up to digital recreations and body doubling and having the ability to have real jiggle physics in GTA 6 for all the strippers in fake Florida. Gaming has become a lot better. Now, there's a horrific amount of things that have gone on in gaming, like the consolidation of multiple teams and parties and gaming studios just so that other studios can't profit off of them. The consolidation and the literal fact that 2K hasn't changed since 2017 maybe. And it's just been a visual update, and we keep paying full price for that. The fact that some video games have started calling themselves quadruple A, and therefore they can charge you before you even get any gameplay. I'm looking at you, Assassin's Creed, Shadows. Had the balls to ask people to pay up front for a bunch of stuff that they didn't have, and now are taking a 3-month hiatus to improve the game and remove all those things, with it being his literal last chance to make a statement in the gaming sphere. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. But one of the consequences of getting better games and getting more games is that there's going to be variety. And I have to say consequences because for everyone who's upset about this, that's all it is to you, is a consequence. You loved gaming when it was simple, boring, and mundane. Mediocre. And mediocre people tend to be upset about change. Things that bring about change are very scary to mediocre people. I work in a hospital where people would rather cut off their foot than change their diet. Diabetes isn't that bad. Who needs walking when you got a Snickers, right? But the best version of yourself is always going to be the one that knows how to handle pressure. Under pressure. I love it. It's a great song and it's a great story in it. Dealing with life and being able to handle change is a significant part of growing the fuck up. But a lot of people on the internet can't do that, and it's because you live on the internet. You're on the line too much. But that's neither here or there. I can't help you with every aspect of your life. I can only help you with what we're talking about today. And we're talking about why a bunch of gamers are mad that a woman is bald in a video game. It's gotten to the point where even trusted companies like Naughty Dog, the gaming studio that has probably garnered enough trust and ability to be like, yo, I trust you with my money. Has Naughty Dog ever missed? I don't think so. But we get a trailer for an Akira-esque game, which is just everything you could ask for, and people are upset about it. Let's find out why. Naughty Dog turns off Intergalactic PS5 trailer's comments as Discord turns nasty. Naughty Dog has disabled the comments in the official upload of Intergalactic Heretic Prophet. Wow, that's a name. Debut trailer as its discourse has scorned the aftermath of title's announcement. PlayStation has kept the comments up on its mirror, much to the surprise, because PlayStation is used to it, right? PlayStation is used to getting a few jabs here and there. A small vocal section of the gaming population, you guys are a small vocal minority, population have taken umbrage the new protagonist Jordan and a moon appearance. It is worth noting that the character is played by a real life Tati Gabriel, which I had to look up because I was like, she looks like Asian, but she also looks like she has something else in her. But I'm not really sure, but I'm just here to tell you right now, There's no version of you in any part of your life that ever. See, this makes me think she's like Asian and black. Your ambiguous fine ass. Your ambiguous fine ass. All the people complaining about her character model and all that nonsense, she's definitely black. Yeah, she's definitely black. All of these people like complaining, you wouldn't have a shot in hell of even touching like her fingernail clippings. Like you couldn't approach and like talk to her fingernail clipping. It's diabolical that people who have no, like the worst type of people don't have a shot with this lady, and you wouldn't have a shot with her video game model. But here you are complaining, right? So real life person, what's up, Robotech? You're not late. The party starts when you get here. But even if you're a little bit concerned, once again, she also featured as Uncharted in the Uncharted movie. Oh, she was a bad guy in the Uncharted movie. Didn't Naughty Dog also make Uncharted? Yeah, interesting. Full circle. Writing on Instagram, Gabrielle said, "I am incredibly grateful and excited for the opportunity to work in this game. In this video game, God himself, Neil Druckmann, and the whole Naughty Dog team. Thank you, Neil, for seeing me and trusting me with this new baby of yours." This is great. The Uncharted game, not the movie. She's the villain in the game? No, it says Uncharted movie. She was featured as a villain in the Uncharted movie. I know I'm dyslexic, but I can read that. She's in a TV show called 100 as well. That's strike 2 for you, Yag. Strike 2. But once again, me personally, I'm not probably going to play this game. But the level of intrigued I am about, like, just how people are, because I also have another thing I want to admit here. I have never watched Akira, okay? But I could very much see the correlations to it, the red jackets, the spaceship setup. But ultimately, I might be able to admit in public that I haven't seen these things, I haven't done this thing. You want to know why I'm able to do that? Because I'm confident in who I am. A lot of you guys are out here faking that you're gamers. You're not real gamers. You're in your 30s. You're living a sad, lonely existence, and your ass is trying to find something to prove that you matter in a world that is significantly, more than likely, shrinking your power struggle, even though you're still top dog. But real creative, real artists, real people who have something of value to add to artistry do not find hating to be one of them. Most people who cannot create art and cannot appreciate art can only bring hate to the table. So if you ever find yourself trying to justify why you're upset about someone else's interpretation about something, it's completely wrong and completely like, this is the equivalent, like, this is, and people try to always get me with this I'm gonna get them. So what happens if they make Black Panther white? Hey, go for it. Call him Tarzan. Do whatever you want, because the truth of the matter is, for things that don't matter to me, I just don't care about them. Stan Lee made Black Panther, a white guy. You can call him whatever you want. White leopard, whatever. White wolf, that's what they call Bucky. These things don't bother people who, like, aren't online all the time. She's Korean and African. Thank you for the correction. Another thing is, more than likely, you're probably just selfish. You're probably just selfish. A selfish gamer. You see a situation where you had your time in the sunlight and you're trying to stay in the sunlight. The problem that most people are going to run in with, I guess, at least with me personally, is if you think someone being different in a video game is going to cause you that much distress and mayhem, I gotta ask, what part of this is hurting you? You know, what's really bothering you? And I think it's because you're selfish and you have this grandiose idea of who you are or what you are. Because there's never been a part of me that related with Miles Morales, Spider-Man. they made a black Spider-Man, and they were like, they did this, to help broaden the span and scope. Duh, makes perfect sense. But this is a continuation of TV like products, right? Batman doesn't. When Spider-Man had the spider car, they didn't make Spider-Man get a car because he needed a car. No, they wanted to sell more toys. This is just another branch of marketing. This is how marketing has always been. Oh, Batman needs the Batwing or whatever. Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Knight. We never see that thing except for in Origins, what is a fast travel. But who wants to fast travel when you can glide across the city at warp speeds? Why wouldn't I want to do that? Right? So we create these illusions in our mind that of grandeur that we think we are. Because I had a list here, I think. Oh man, where did my list go? Oh, yeah, I had a list. There's nobody on this list, no matter who you pick, that you can relate to. Jack Ryan from BioShock? No. Far Cry? Nah. Maybe the closest person on this list I could even remotely, and it's by a far fetch. There's Snake. Maybe Naked Snake, because I like Snake. I just find him to be comically useless to the conversation. But nobody gets off work and says, man, I can't wait to get off of work and become Alex Denton or Martin Walker. Oh man, if Isaac Clarke wasn't in this game wouldn't be this game would be shit. What up CJ? No one says, man, if I can't play as Harry Manson, how am I ever going to fulfill this game? You played as Crash Bandicoot. Shit, you played Sonic in a racing game where he doesn't run. Sonic, the fastest being in the world, or in fiction, gets into a vehicle for entertainment. We're talking about mindless self-indulgence, right? Mindless self-indulgence. One of the biggest talking points in the aftermath of the Game Awards was the reveal that The Witcher 4, given The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, itself former Game of the Year winner, is still lauded as one of the finest RPGs ever made. CD Projekt Red seems to be out of the Cyberpunk woods, and is no surprise that it's talk around the town. Unfortunately, it also no surprise that it has generated a small corner of outrage. And remember, they keep reminding you, you're just a small corner, a vocal minority. You're going to buy these games, and these fake gamers are going to buy these games that they're crying about, and they're going to buy it just so that they can say that they don't like it. And they won't remember this. They won't remember to say, man, I was wrong about this game. It's actually pretty good. All right? But they're mad because, they're mad that this isn't attractive to them. And I have a question for people who so video game controllers require two hands, right? You need both your hands. For all you people that don't know, all you PS4 mother lovers, this is a PlayStation 5 controller, okay? PlayStation 5 controllers look like this. I know you PlayStation 4, Xbox losers don't know shit about this, but controllers usually take two hands. They have analog buttons, you need your thumbs, the triggers, all of that shit. So when you're playing these games and the woman has to be super attractive for you, is that because you need one hand to beat off or something? Is that why mobile games have upticked in the near future? Is that why people are playing mobile games now more? Because you can do this shit. You can be the jiggle fizz. Is that what y'all doing? Also, I'm a righty, so are you out here dominant with your right thumb swiping and a stranger lefty-hander is giving you the ride? Why do you need these people in games to be attractive? Why can't they just be the because not everyone in the game's attractive, so not everyone in the game has to be attractive. I don't look at Sonic and think, yeah, I'd like to have him run up me, or I don't look at Princess Peach and I'm like, hey, yo, what's going on here? even the pause button, puts up a filter, right? It puts up like the menu. It can VR. I guess there's VR, but there's this weird notion that like the characters have weird. And I want you to know, if you're one of those people, you're weird. You're unironically weird. And we have this thing where it's like you need to be put on a list because you've done some bad stuff. But in this situation, it's not like you've done anything bad. But if someone out loud says, yeah, man, I need it. If the character ain't like sexy, or if the character ain't got a body, I can't really play the game. We need to put him on like the list of people who've done bad things, but a pre-list. Like, we need to keep an eye on him list. Like that, those people need to go on an eye and keeping my eye on you list. You say some off the wall shit, we got to keep an eye on you. Because even more to the stats, we can talk numbers at that. And we can see that preferring male characters for men is the stats. And this is a stat from 2020 showing the differential between men and women and what type of characters they like to play. And there's this one I primarily want to focus on, which is the women's category, which is almost 1/3 of men prefer to play as women. I'm a zoomer. I've heard of Rule 34, but also those are for degenerates who know they're degenerates. I'm tired of people pretending they're not degenerates. Let's not sit here and pretend you don't have a favorite bookmark in your phone right now. But nearly 1/3 of all male gamers prefer to play as women, and that's I'm part of that 1/3. If there's a video game character editor or whatever that allows me to create a character, I'm creating a woman. In large part, it's the reason why my main character in my comic book is a woman. It's kind of crazy because when I sold those characters originally, the person who created a story for them created a story where Valor was the main character. The story didn't get picked up. I'm not saying Valor was a bad character, but the character just didn't get picked up. I changed it to a woman. I made my own comic book after it. But there's numbers stating that, so there's reason to believe that in that small vocal minority of people, there's a version of them where, and I know we could track this if we trace their microtransactions. They're out there buying the Fortnite women characters. They're out there buying the Call of Duty Fortnite women characters. They're out there buying women like Baldur's Gate and what's that other one? Baldur's Gate is literally about all of those things. It's one of the best game of the years. But not Balatro. What's the other game that just came out? Something is super popular right now, but it deals with a lot of like gender identity things in that nature, and people are perfectly fine with the game. And that's once again going back to my main point. A lot of people don't understand how to play. Like they're not real gamers. It's not Stellar Blades. It starts with an M. It was part of the game of it was a nominee for Game of the Year. Mario 64. Might as well. Great game. Never could beat it. Always was terrified by the Goomba. I was too afraid to walk past. Mario 64 really scarred me as a kid. I was too young. But once again, people then took to Twitter and using AI to try and make a space bounty hunter more pretty and more visually appealing, which is just weird because you could tell that a man did this because one, didn't shape her eyebrows, didn't do any justice with her foundation, didn't get her highlights right, and also where are they gave her like straight hair, but she's clearly a woman of color. So what we doing with her edges? She looked like she just put on a wig. Like this is not attractive. This is not attractive. You leave the artistry to artists. But I love how people then try and justify these things, right? I don't think everyone is talking about her looks except the usual trolls. Okay, that's him trying to say, I'm not one of those trolls. Let's find out. For some, is just the choice of hairstyles, which it doesn't really fit with the retro futuristic setting they are going for. Interesting. Retro futuristics. Like this, you want? Is this what you want? The no sideburns mullet? Or maybe the wave out? The chop front with the ponytail? What you want? You want the leotard? These are all from the 80s. With their futuristic. You want the bob cut? What you want? Oh, you want the Prince Vegeta straight. You know, no widow's peak. Line me up. Make sure my shit's straight. It's the future. No one knows what it looks like. You could do what literally no one knows what that looks like. No one knows what it looks like. Right? Yeah, I'm edge shaming. I'm edge shaming. You know. But, you know, this is neither here or there, right? Let's just calm down, hero. The last thing I just want to talk about here is, if you're a gamer that's upset about video games, characters, you know, pixels on the internet, you're mad about diversity, you're mad about seeing women on things, you are a special breed. And I'm starting to draw a correlation, because we used to have this phenomenon before the pandemic called Karens. And then Karens got locked in their house, and they were forced to berate and barrage their own family members, and they finally got a hold of their own children. And I feel like just a bunch of Karens went out and made a bunch of like fake gamers who want something to complain about. Because whenever someone's complaining about games these days, it sounds very Karen-esque. It doesn't matter. It doesn't rise to the occasion of the aggression or the hate that you're putting out. And then finally, you're talking about people who literally put their blood, sweat, and tears into something. And it's not. And that's not to say that critiquing games isn't appropriate or even warranted. Trust and believe. I already got my copy for Assassin's Creed Shadow. If that game is dog water, I'll be the first to admit it right here, right? But literally being mad at a trailer about a game that we don't know anything about, we haven't seen any gameplay, and saying that, you know, oh, it's going. Anytime somebody says woke, it just lets me know you probably don't like women. And it's strange, because you claim that you want women that you can't even attain, but you come from women that look more like them, right? You out here mad about women that resemble your own mama, that's better looking than your mama's. And that's something diabolical. It's the equivalent of when a dark skin. That's like me being a dark skinned brother saying, "Oh, I don't really fuck with dark skinned women." So I don't fuck with my mama. Well, my mama's a light skinned woman, but what? It's crazy. And I just want to be able to point the finger and say that's crazy. We should stop doing that, okay? But that's neither here or there. I just wanted to put that out there. Can we clap it? Let me know what you guys think. Or maybe I'm doing too much. Like, share, subscribe.